All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here, and today we have a beautiful, beautiful Zenith El Primero on the channel. I'm going to thank CW Watch Shop for lending this watch into the channel. If you're interested in this watch or another luxury watch in your life, guys, check the link down below in the description. Beautiful, beautiful timepieces from the Deluca line or the Deluca series, which ran for a number of years. But this particular model with the Mercedes hands, I do believe these were only around for a couple years. Beautiful, very much resembling a older Rolex Daytona, which is absolutely beautiful, especially knowing the history of Zenith and the fact that they actually made the movement that ran in the in the Rolex Daytona for so many years. Nice timepiece. Let's talk about specs on the case here. You have a 40mm case from side to side on this watch, 46 lug tip to lug tip. The thickness on the watch comes in under 14mm from the case back to the top of the domed crystal on the watch, and you have 22mm lug openings. Just kind of bringing it up here a little bit closer, showing you the subdial. It has this beautiful black, shiny dial on the watch. It's a little bit hard to catch here in the light, but it's very deep, dark ink black, and it is polished up to a beautiful, beautiful shine. This is a transitional model, so you actually have a super luminova hands and the tritium lume plots on the watch. That's why you can see the difference in the colors there. Still quite a bit of glow left to the luminova on the hands here, but not much left on the indices. We'll go ahead and throw it under the light for a lume shot at the end. Beautiful bracelet on this watch in very, very nice shape, as you guys can see. And checking out the case, getting a little bit closer here, you guys can see there is actually a little bit of marks on the case, but what you would expect of a watch that's been around for a number of years and people have enjoyed it. Somebody's enjoyed this watch, but in really, really excellent shape overall. Take a look at the case back on the watch. You guys can see that Zenith logo there. These originally were waterproof to 100 meters. Now this is a vintage, what I consider a vintage or a used watch. I don't know that I'd necessarily take it 100 meters underwater with the seals and everything like that, but the watch is in really, really nice shape overall. Let's go ahead and get the chronograph function moving and talk about that. Now these movements in here are really impressive and really were well ahead of their time, beating at 36,000 vibrations per hour with a high beat rate, 50 hours of power reserve when fully wound up. You have great functionality on the chronographs. You have a continual running seconds over here at the 9 o'clock position. You have a 30-minute counter over here at the 3 o'clock position, which is very, very nice for keeping track of events. And then a 12-hour timer down here just above the 6 o'clock. Very well put together. Also with the movement, you get date functionality. Now this is an earlier model, so there's a non-hacking movement here on the watch. Screw down crown, of course, because it originally had 100 meters of water resistance, but a very, very nice piece overall. The unidirectional bezel here on the watch, very nice and crispy. I do believe this is a 60 click. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, it seems to be 120. Not to matter. It doesn't really matter at all, though, because it's in really good shape. Works great. Tachometer function or tachometer ring here around the outside, so you can use the watch for timing mile per hour over a measured mile if you want to. Go ahead and stop that and get this reset, show you the reset functionality. But a beautiful, beautiful watch available. Now this is double box. As you guys can see down here, the watch has the original wooden box and the paper box to the outside. No papers that I'm aware of come with this watch. Let's go ahead and pause it for just a second, get this watch on my 7-inch wrist, and stick around to the end. We'll see what the lume looks like on this one. Well, it's always scary when a Zenith El Primero comes to you and it's perfectly sized to your wrist, right? It's like, oh, it fits you, Aaron. You should have that. Nope. I can't right now. I can't have another luxury watch in my life at this point. But man, this is an absolutely gorgeous piece, guys. I have a 7-inch wrist straight up. So if you guys are interested in the size of my wrist, and the watch, of course, being, you know, a Zenith El Primero based on the Rolex Daytona, or the Rolex Daytona, I don't know, what do you want to say based on this, but just an absolutely stunning watch. I'm going to regret saying that. I'm sure somebody's going to call me out in the comments. But let's go ahead and dim the lights and check out the lume on this one. All right, so what you'd expect with the transitional dial like this, and you've got your luminova on the hands, but then the tritium on the dial itself. Now, there is a little bit of life left in those tritium indices there, but you can see the luminova definitely glows nice and bright on the hands, which is great because the watch is still going to be able to tell the time for you, even with this, this age of the watch. But absolutely beautiful piece, guys. If you're interested in this watch, check the link down below in the bottom for the link to this watch. Guys, like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.